So we don't need any props for this one. It's always nice to have a couple handy though. So if you want to have a block nearby or a yoga blanket or towel, we can do so. And let's get started on our backs. So we'll make our way down to a seated position. Lift the chest, take a deep breath in, and exhale, lower down. Now, one of my favorite things to do is to find length in the neck, because the poor old neck just gets so much punishment. All of that looking at phones and spending time on computers. So first things first, when it comes to lower back release, what we want to do is make sure that our whole spine is in line so we don't have to keep releasing our lower back. So let's find a nice neutral posture here, guys. Let's find a little bit of length in the back of the neck. We might shuffle our hands down towards our heels a little bit and slide the shoulder blades down the spine. Then we might lengthen the back of the neck. And start to soften your gaze. So we're tucking the chin. We're sort of creating all this space between the shoulders and ears. Very nice. Then let's bend the elbows. Bring the hands to the lower ribs. Find a deep breath in. Expand the lungs. And then take a long exhale. Feel the belly draw up under the ribs. And then just start to center yourself in. Start to find yourself here in this moment on the mat. Spread the toes out even and feel yourself ground down through the soles of your feet. Three more breaths like that. Take a deep breath in. And a nice long exhale. One more of those, inhaling. And exhaling. We'll do one more, that felt really nice. Inhale. And exhaling. Perfect. From here, let's roll the pelvis forward, let the lower back lift. Flare the chest. Keep length in the back of the neck. Exhale, ground down. Inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last one. Inhaling. This time we're going to exhale and bring both knees in towards the body. So we're going to ground down through the lower back, bring both knees in, squeeze in towards the chest here. Release, inhale. Exhale and squeeze in. Now extend the left leg. And keep both hands wrapped around that right knee. And we're looking for lower back release here. So press through that left foot, squeeze the right knee in, and lengthen the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's swap sides. Bring the left knee in. Squeeze it in. Oh, that left side feels like it needs a little bit more. You can start to rock yourself from side to side if you like. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze in. Press through the right foot. You can even flex back on the toes if you like. Perfect. Now, lowering back down with that left foot, we're going to slide the right foot back. Take a bridge pose here. So we're going to inhale, arch. And exhale, ground down. Find as much length in the spine as you can. Press through the heels, lift up. And we're not so much opening the chest here, we're extending the lower back. So press through the knees, sort of try to press your knees as far away from your body as you can, even draw back on the heels a little bit. Squeeze the knees in slightly, not so they're touching, but make sure there's a slight inward so the inner thighs are sort of rolling inwards a touch. And then spread the weight out over all four corners of the feet, really. Take a deep breath in here. Brilliant. And a long exhale. We're here for one more breath, just warming the glutes a little bit. Deep breath in. And exhale, lowering down. Bringing the knees back in towards the body, squeezing the knees in, just for a little bit of core work here. So we'll keep the heels in line with the knees and rock over onto the right hip. And then rock over onto the left hip. And then just sort of let yourself sway, but maintain control there. So let the weight of the knees sort of rock over, and then tighten as the knees rock over to the left-hand side. Sort of tighten the right side body and catch that weight, and then rocking back. Exhaling. That's it. Grounding down, staying grounded through the lower back the whole time. So you're sort of pressing your lower ribs into the mat as well. And just taking a few of those. Staying with breath, and then rocking over. We'll meet up here on the right-hand side and just hold for 3 breaths. We might even extend the arms out to the side. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, exhale, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhaling, and coming all the way back up. And coming over to the left-hand side. Take 3 breaths. Squeeze down. See if you can find your lower ribs here, sort of on the left-hand side. Squeeze those down into the mat, and you're really going to feel the pelvis lift. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale. Perfect. Inhale, coming back up. Lower the soles of the feet down. We're going to shift straight up onto hands and knees here, guys. So coming all the way up onto all fours. Now let's shift the knees out nice and wide. Bring the toes together. Sink back down over the heels. You're going to feel really nice lower back release here. Squeeze down and let the lower ribs melt down into the inner thighs. Reach out in front of the body. Take a deep breath in. Let the back body expand. And a long exhale. One more of those. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And we're going to come back up onto hands and knees here. And we're actually going to walk the hands back towards the body, tuck the toes, press off. And we've done this one before. And bring the knees out really nice and wide and stretching the spine out. So give yourself some really nice lower back release. This is kind of like wide-legged child's pose, but the next stage up. So we can really dip down into the pelvis here. Tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. And then let's come forward back onto hands and knees. I'm going to make my way back into the center of the mat a bit there. And bring the chest forward. Lift the tailbone. So this is sort of a cat-cow variation. Then exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Same again, walk the hands back, lift the knees, arch. Inhale, bring the chest forward. You have to walk the hands forward a little bit for it. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale, last one. Take a deep breath in. Really let the chest melt in. Give yourself a long exhale. Now from here, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to walk the hands back towards the body. I'm going to flip the palms. And I'm going to reach all the way up. I'm going to bring my hands down. So we're in a sort of a perch here. And this is really nice for lower back release as we sort of open out into the hips. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Long exhale. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bring the hands forward. Let the lower ribs melt back down into the thighs. Once again, come down onto the knees. Untuck the toes. We have to shift back down the mat just a little bit here to make sure we've got plenty of space. And extend the arms. Inhale, coming back up, guys. We're going to stay with it here. And we're going to take a little bit of upper body strength because you guys asked for it. We're going to tuck the tailbone under. Press the chest forward, lengthen the back of the neck. Very nice. And here we are. We're going to stay for 3 breaths. Now, if you see your knuckles lifting, guys, press down into the knuckles. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Zip the sides in, wrap in. And exhale, lowering down. Now we're going to stay with the flow. We're going to bind the fingertips. They can just be on the lower back, or you can reach all the way up if you like. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, release. Reach the hands all the way out in front. Come all the way back up onto hands and knees here. Flip the toes out. Extend, and we're just going to extend the right leg. Soften this left elbow and bring right hand to right wrist. If it's a bit wobbly, that's fine. We want to tuck the tailbone under. Take a deep breath in, inflate the side body. And exhale, lower back down. Let's have a go on the other side. Inhale. Now I'm just stabilizing myself by bringing this right foot out of touch. Lifting, lengthening the neck also. Press into that left heel. Just warming the arms, the upper body now. And then exhale, lowering back down. Find both knees on the ground here. Sink back down over the heels. Inhale, extend the arms out. Stay for the exhale. Now let's bring it all together a little bit. So we're going to come up onto hands and knees here. If you can, bring the hips out in front of the knees. Stack the shoulders on top of the wrists, but not out in front. Now we're going to extend the right leg. We're holding ourselves up. We're lifting the belly. And we're trying to sort of tuck our tailbone, like you're trying to point your tailbone down the back of your leg. Stay with it. Inhale. Exhale. Now, left hand extends. If you feel like taking it all the way, guys, you can extend the left arm. Press through the left heel. Take a deep breath in. We're here for another 2 breaths. So find something sustainable for yourself. If you really wanted to, you could lift this right leg, but don't put any pressure in the lower back. We're trying to release the lower back here. Take a deep breath in now. Exhale, lower the right knee down. Let's have a go on the left side. Extend the left leg, reach the right hand out. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Inhaling, exhaling. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand back down. We're going to stay with the warmth. Bring both knees back down to the ground. Sink back down over the heels. Reset your posture. We've got 3 more breaths in our high plank variation. So tuck the tailbone under. Find your high plank. For those keen beans out there, you can tuck the toes. You can press into the heels and lift all the way up. Totally up to you. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen the back of the neck. Stay with it. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. The last one, inhale. Perfect. Exhale, lowering down. It's the only one of these we're going to do. We're going to lower all the way down. Take your time. Make sure hips are on the ground, chest are on the ground. Point the toes. Press into the hips. Lift the chest just a little bit. Make sure you're comfortable there. Try not to crunch into the lower back, so we're just lifting into the chest. We're just using the muscles behind the shoulder blades. Now, pressing down through the pelvis, pressing down through the pubic bone, finding that lift from the core. We're going to put the hands down onto the mat. We're going to wrap the elbows in And we're going to draw ourselves forward and lift a little bit. So we're going to warm the triceps a bit here. So it's a little bit of pressure, but it's forward pressure. Imagine you're trying to sort of drag yourself towards the front of the mat. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale, lowering down. Pressing back up, everybody. Pressing back up onto hands and knees here. And sinking back down over the heels, rocking the hips from side to side. Bring hands to elbows. Perfect. Rocking from side to side. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Stay with it. Deep breath in. Long exhale. And then let's reach the hands back out in front. Tuck the toes under now. Same again. We're going to do the same thing, but we have the knees in underneath the hips now. We're going to press off and lift the knees up. Now I'm going to bring myself to the center of the mat just to make it a bit easier for you guys to see. Press off and lift all the way up, reaching up. And bringing hands back down. Now, let's find some lower back release, guys. Let's take a forward fold, soften the knees, reach up, and spill all the way forward. Bend the knees so much you can feel your lower ribs make contact with your thighs. Lift the chest, inhale. And then exhale, wrap the hands around behind the backs of the knees here and squeeze the lower ribs into the backs of the thighs. And then lift the hips as high as you can. There's no tension in the lower back here. If anything, we're lengthening the lower back. Then let the crown of your head soften towards the floor here. Keep the arches active by pressing into that knuckle behind the toe. There's a little bit of a hamstring stretch going on here. But if anything, we're lengthening the lower back by drawing our ribs down into the backs of the thighs. Stay with it. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bend the knees a lot. Let's sweep back up. We're going to take a gentle back bend here. Bring the hands down. Hands to the thighs and the hips, not the lower back or the curvature of the lower back, the hips. Squeeze or slide down, take a deep breath in, lift the chest. Long exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Use the inhale to come back up. Now I'm going to turn around just so you guys can see, but you don't have to. We're just going to bring the feet out nice and wide. That's it. Now from here, we're spilling forwards. So I like to bring my hands to my hips and then sort of just make sure I'm tipping from that section. So I'm not tipping in the lower back or hunching. I'm sort of tipping, bending the knees. So we're not pulling on the hamstrings. Coming forward, forward, forward. You might have a block there if you need it, or a cushion or something, or the back of a chair or something. Otherwise, we're just going to let ourselves spill forward and play around with how far you extend the legs out to the side too. There's no right or wrong. And then we're just going to start to walk our hands from side to side here. And this is optional. You might just be dangling your hands. You might just be bringing hands to elbows. And that's really nice as well. That's really passive. If you want to keep it a little bit more active, you can sort of walk your hands from side to side. And this will open you up over the side body a little bit as well. Or you can just have your hands on the mat or whatever works for you. Most importantly, try to make sure your upper body is relaxed. Of course, there's a little bit of strength through the legs here because we're holding ourselves up, and that's fine. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhaling. Exhaling. Perfect. One more. Inhale. Exhale, back of the neck totally lengthens. Walking the hands over to the front of the mat here. We're going to spin around and just drop down onto the right knee. Slide back here and sink back down over the heels. Lower ribs melt down over the mat. Backs of the hands are resting on the mat here. Forehead or crown of the head softens down. Gently shifting from side to side, we're taking a deep breath in and a long exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling. And exhaling. Walking the hands forward or sliding them forwards. I said we were only going to do one, but we're going to do one more just for the road. Let's take a nice big controlled Chaturanga Dandasana because you guys asked for upper body strength and this is so good for your upper body strength. So bring yourself forward, tuck the tailbone under. Take a deep breath in. We're not going to hold it. We're going to lower ourselves down for the length of the exhale. So coming all the way through, brush the elbows past the ribs as best you can. Really squeeze down through the knuckles. Squeeze in through the elbows into the ribs and then lower down. Inhale, drag yourself forward, lift the chest, cobra pose. And then exhale, lowering down. Hard work's over, everybody. We're coming back up onto hands and knees. Bringing the knees towards the wrists. Kicking the legs out to the side. Sinking down. Let's extend the legs. Shift forward, take a deep breath in, lift the chest. Lower all the way through. And lower all the way down to a reclining position. Happy baby or half happy baby, everybody. So we're bringing the knees in towards the body, spreading the knees out nice and wide and gently drawing down on the knees. Or taking the full variation where we wrap the hands around the blades of the feet and kicking the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, lengthening the back of the neck. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's rock from side to side a little bit. And remember your hands might be on your knees and that's fine. Deep breath in and release. We're going to just extend the left leg. Bring the right knee in. Drawing it down. And what we're going to do, and this is pretty important, find your right hip here and just shift that right hip over just a little bit. So that way your left hip is kind of lined up with the solar plexus here. And then we're going to rock over. This creates a nice line, a nice axis for us to guide this right knee over into. So our spine's still nice and straight. Extend the right arm out to the side. Press through the left heel. Lengthen the back of the neck by tucking the chin. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Coming back up to a neutral position. Let's have a go on the other side. Extend the right leg. Bring the left knee in, drawing it down. Rocking over. Sliding. So I'm sort of sliding myself back into the center of the mat so I can pivot nicely on the spine. Reaching out and taking a nice supine twist, reclining twist. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll come all the way back up. Bring both knees in towards the body. Gentle squeeze. Sometimes it's nice to sort of pulse the knees in towards the chest. Then release. Extend the legs away from the body. Let the feet fall out to the side. Let the hands fall somewhere comfortable, palms facing up, palms facing down. It doesn't matter too much. Lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale. Deep breath in and then a long exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in. Long exhale. And falling back into your Savasana. And just letting all effort melt away. Let it melt down through your bones, through your muscles, through your skin into the floor. Because we're building energy and awakening the body, because it's a wake-up flow, we can even keep the eyes at a soft gaze. Let the body fully soften. Letting it all go. And take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. And we'll make our way back up into a seated position. You can start to move the body around a little bit if you like. Shift yourself around, make yourself comfortable. We'll meet up with hands at heart center. Sealing our practice, as always, some gratitude for ourselves, our bodies, our ability to change and learn and grow and adapt. For the food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe, we'll take a deep breath in. Namaste.